Alright guys, bonus video for Craftchest. I just saw your video, want to know about air guns, and I got a lot of information. So long past are the days of the little shitty CO2 air guns, or the kind you gotta pump up 20 times and shoot a little round BB. Now it's all about, you know, the scuba tanks and the filling up the PCP, pre-charged pneumatics, what that's called, PCP. That's like the best you can get. But they also have guns called springers. Like if the PCP stuff is too expensive, like you're saying, springers might be what you want to look into, because it's like you break the whole barrel down and it compresses a really high pressure spring, and that spring pushes into this little air pocket and it creates the air pressure just from that one springing motion of locking the spring in place and popping that little pocket of air, and it shoots it out at high speed. So there's videos of people shooting through 2x4s with those things. So those are pretty powerful, and they're like probably $200. So the whole thing with air guns, it got started, I think, in Europe, in England, because they're not allowed to have actual firearms. So when people are like restricted, they do the next best thing and they figure out a loophole. So they went with the air guns. So in England, air guns are really big and they're kind of popular. A lot of your shops that you'll buy air gun supplies from are coming from the UK, because that's where it kind of got really popular. I first got into it with this guy. Let me switch over to the other screen. His name is Ted's Holdover. Now he had his name used to be Airgun USA, and I think that's because he used to work for the Airgun air rifle company. He was like one of the designers on it. And his whole deal was like, if you look at this video here, he's got this really fine mil-dot scope. He's putting it in slow motion. You're seeing the trajectory of the bullet go spinning through the air, and if the wind catches it, you're seeing it drift left or right. You're seeing how he has to hold over. That's what that's called when you aim the scope higher than the target, because you're so far out. The whole ballistics thing is a whole thing in itself. I really enjoy watching that kind of stuff. And you can't tell because my camera's in the way. Let me just move myself. This video here, he's sitting down and shooting a lot of the time because he's looking through the camera instead of looking through the scope. So that's another thing I'm trying to get to, where I can actually mount my camera onto the scope so you can see what I'm seeing, because that's what really makes the videos pop, and that makes it, like, he has a whole channel. He had 518,000 subscribers just on shooting air guns at birds and stuff. But like you were saying, he also had the arrow gun. So here is a video of him with this varmint, the FX Verminator. It's got like a varmint arrow, and the deal with that was, see, his whole thing is he lives in Nebraska, I think, and they have these pest birds that get in the grain bins. So the farmers would pay him to come and shoot birds off of this grain bin to save their grain, and then at the same time he's making videos and getting paid from YouTube, I assume, at the same time. So it's like a double win-win. And he works for the company, so he's probably getting like these air guns cheaper, for free, or sponsored. As we're thinking like this is a way expensive hobby, but think about if I get the videos become popular and these companies will want to sponsor me and send me some free guns to talk about and try out. So then it's not so expensive after all. But oh, you were talking about how much does it cost to fill a scuba tank? That's actually like $10, I think. Because this other guy over here, this is another main airgun YouTube channel. It's called AEAC, or his name is like Steve Ciali. He lives in Florida, I think, so they have a lot of dive shops, and he made a video where he's like, it's kind of really scripted. He's like walking into the dive shop and talks to the lady, and she fills up his tank. He says, "Oh, thank you," and he walks away and stuff. So it's like $10, he says, to fill up. He has one of those, what do you call it? Self-contained breathing, SCBA. Just not a scuba, but an SCBA. That's the ones that firefighters use. So if you want to go the cheap route, I'm thinking I can go to like the local fire department, ask around if any of the guys have like a SCBA tank that they use in firefighting that's maybe like a year or two it's going to expire, because they have to get those replaced. And instead of just like selling it on eBay, or some people actually turn them into lamps or something, like just because it's a firefighter's tank. Like maybe he'll sell me one for like $50, and you go to like cheap tanks. Instead of paying $500, $700 for a tank, you buy one carbon fiber tank for $50, and I can fill that up with my little compressor that I bought, that $350 compressor. So then I could take my gun out on like really long trips, because you can't take the compressor unless you're like gonna have a motel room or something where you can plug it up. Maybe in a park. Some parks have you plug it up, like the homeless guy, like you were talking about. Like plug it into like the back of a Burger King. I don't know. Little pump compressor going behind a Burger King. So what we're talking about? Oh, the rabbits. This video. So it's illegal in some cities to shoot guns or any kind of, even air rifles. I think it's illegal because the possible ricochets. Like he's shooting these rabbits. You find one of the points here. They're like, they got brick walls behind them, so the bullets can ricochet. It can cause property damage and stuff like that. So he's shooting these arrows because they don't ricochet. That was a whole big thing. And like if you're talking about getting into some big bore guns, I haven't really looked into springers, how big the springers can go, because it might be a little different. You probably want a PCP gun for that. But this guy right here, this is the big bore guy. If you want to see some like high level killing animals with an air gun, he's shooting pigs. He's got deer. He's got, what is that, like antelope in Africa. You got to be real precise though. You got to shoot him like right under the ear or something, like hit him in the brain or heart shot. But he's got a lot of like big game hunting with these air rifles. So you got these GoPro side shots, I think they're called, where you can put the camera on the side of the scope. You gotta figure out how to mount the camera onto it. But every video almost, these guys, they all have like different guns for every video. Like they have so many different air guns. I don't really understand how they can afford it unless they got somebody sponsor them and they're sending them free guns to try out. So the one you were talking about, the Air Force, yeah, he's got a video of 25 caliber shooting pigs with the Air Force, I think. And then he's got a 357 caliber he's shooting like deer with and stuff. I don't really like the Air Force scope because it just looks like a big stick, because you got the air tank as the stock. It's like straight in line with the barrel. Seems kind of weird. So the bullpup one that I got was similar to when that guy Ted's holdover, he used to have the Airgun Matador, and that's what mine kind of looks like. It looks similar. That's why I bought mine, because it looks like the one he used to use when he got popular. I have no idea what kind of scope he's got, but he's the one he uses. Like a lot of these guys, they all use that $2,000 one you were looking at, the FX Impact with the handle in the back. I don't know how they all afford it, if they're all getting sponsored or what, but so springers, here's like people doing tests with like pine boards and seeing how hard they can penetrate, and they go like through 2x4s and stuff, so they can kill a man. These little springers, and they're cheap. This guy STKO, he did a video I was looking at. There's another website called Pyramid Air, PYRMYD. So it's like they sell like different kinds of guns. I don't know how cheap they are. They got a lot of accessories and kind of things. But the one you were talking about, Airgun Depot, that's where I got mine. Let's see what they got as far as springers. What do you call those? Brake barrels? Yeah, they're called brake barrels. There's also a gas piston. What is there? Big bores, fixed barrels, under lever. There's a PCP now that's lever action. I don't know if that was the one you were talking about or what. Let's see, that's 22. That goes up to 30. What's the biggest caliber that they got? About 30 caliber. I mean, that's plenty big enough to kill most things. You're not gonna need a 50 cal unless you're hunting a moose or something. Yeah, but like also the thing with the snakes, if you like snakes, you got a couple coming up in these recent in my new videos. I don't kill anymore, but let me give you guys a sneak peek of what's coming up as far as T2 videos go. Give you a little sneak peek. Okay, this is what I mean by I'm like so far ahead on videos that you can't catch up. Here's the video that you watched today, the turkey tails. May 18th. Tomorrow, there's another video. Here's a video where I'm doing a vlog. Here's amateur at fishing. Here's me telling a hunting story. Here's pro at fishing in my backyard. Here's pro at fishing at this other lake. Here's pro fishing at that lake part 2. Notice in the thumbnail that I'm holding fish in these because I actually was successful. So that's some pretty exciting videos. Then you got pro at hunting. That's been already uploaded. Then you've got pro at hunting part 2 where I almost died. Yeah, that was like last weekend. I almost died. Then you got me doing weed eating in my yard at supersonic speeds because I sped the camera up. Then you got me unboxing my GoPro, unboxing my Young Hang Pump, and then I was shooting my target range with a shitty BB gun and a slingshot in this one because my gun, I still haven't gotten to shoot it because I'm waiting on this one part. It's like $30 from England. Like I said, England's the masters of air guns. So hopefully I'll be able to shoot that. And then I just finished rendering the unboxing my scope that has, it lights up in red and green colors. And then I think I also have another video too. And I got another fishing video that I did. I still got to edit, and there's some other just random footage I got to go through and see if there's a video in there. But like, that's how many videos on my head right now. I'm like, I got so much crap going on, you wouldn't believe. I got pieces of stuff everywhere, and I'm starting to lose things because I got so much crap around here. I'm going to start cleaning up and trying to organize it. But yeah, the air guns with the apocalypse right now, going out and like shooting your own food. Just get a little hunting license, or you might not even need it if you want to be sneaky. And just go shoot you some squirrels. I'm thinking about having a fish fry next week because I'm been getting good at fishing. If I just start keeping the ones that I catch and like actually doing it for serious instead of just doing it for videos, I'll have enough to fry up a little fish fry. So, let's craft the line, go out there and have some fun.